What's going on, everyone? I'm Gene Whidden, president of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, and we're here with one of our great agents, Sam Sanchez. He's actually not only one of our best, but the youngest in the entire company at 18 years old. Sam Sanchez.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on board, man.
Thank you for, letting me come on.
Yeah, man. So one of the coolest things, when I met you last year, I could tell you were hungry, you were driven, and you don't always see that in an 18-year-old, kid, right? Like, usually when I was 18, I was going off to college. I went to Florida State, had some fun. But you were, when I first met you, I could tell you were gung-ho and in a different category than, most people your age. So explain a little bit, like, how is that, why getting into real estate at such a young age? What's driving you?
So it was multiple different reasons. One thing, I'm not a school person, didn't want to go to college. Not big on school and stuff like that. I'm not huge on like the money stuff, but I'm also mindful of it. I don't like being in debt, didn't want to be in debt. And I knew that going to college was going to be almost a waste for me. I didn't have anything that I really wanted to study or pursue there. So I knew that getting out of college, I was just going to have debt for really no reason. So I was just thinking about, ways that I can, make myself financially free, when I'm like 23, 24, 25, without having to go to college. And one of those things was just real estate.
Yeah.
So
getting ahead of the curve too. Yeah. So setting yourself up, and like you and I always talk about, where are you going to be when you're 22, 23, 24?
I know, right?
The still kids are just getting out of college. You have a bunch of money in the bank, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Work for it.
So how's it been so far? You got into real estate, you hopped in as a brand new agent, young kid, new on the block, ready to go. Yeah. And how's it been, the whole experience for someone like you?
It's been fun. There's a lot of stuff that you really need to, learn and work towards. I really wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest, because I knew what real estate was about, but I also didn't know what real estate was about. Because, when people think about it, they're just like, oh, it's just selling a house. It's more than that. Like, the actual job here is trying to find clients and trying to find people to work with. And that's the bigger part of what you actually work for.
Good point.
And I always thought it was just like, oh, I'll be there, I'll show a house, and then somebody will come and buy it. And it's just, that's not how it works at all.
Yeah. No, solid point. People don't realize that. No. Like, the hardest part is actually building your business and getting after the business and where to start. Yeah. And that's the hardest part, is knowing what to do, dialing it in. I've seen you grow since you got on board. You were leaving a little early in the office and didn't know what to do. And then, you and I sat together, we coached, we talked, and I've seen you grow just in a short period of time. And now sometimes you're in here late working, you know what to do, you're banging it out, doing whatever it takes, because you're looking at the long-term play. It's hard getting off the ground as a new agent. Yeah.
That's really hard.
Especially someone straight out of school, ready to rock and go. Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you is, what are you doing to get that business right now? What can you say that, has kind of been helping you be successful? Again, you just got your first listing after just being in the business only a couple months. And you just got a listing, multiple offer situation, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 6 offers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, though. You just got your first organic listing. Now you're going to convert it pretty quick. You got a little bit of the taste. So what are you doing to kind of continue to grow? Like, what is Sam Sanchez doing?
So I'm working with a lot of people. I'm working with 3 of the, the bigger agents at the office. Some people that, have been their seasoned, they know what they're doing, to try and just learn all their kind of different styles and see what works best. Right. And kind of just like meshing that all together to make what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then there's also the farming. I'm sending letters out every day. We have our lead gen program that I'm calling every day. So it's just trying to compile everything so that I can get as many chances as possible to meet people.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You're doing a little bit of everything. You're in here every day. Yeah. You're on the lead gen team. You've been working with mentors. You're working with Nick. You're doing letters, flyers, calls, working with Jesse.
Walking Wilton Manors like last Sunday.
Wow. Yeah. So you guys are walking it again?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was good. We met a couple people. It was, cool. It's cool to meet people. We always have like something to give. So we have like a flyer or a postcard or something. Okay. Just to give. Besides that, it was cool. We met some people.
Okay. So. Doing all the things that it really takes to kind of get to that next level. Yeah. So you've been liking real estate, though.
Yeah.
You made the right choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
So now that you're kind of getting your feet wet, you're growing, I wanted to ask you, you and I met last year, what made you, there's a bunch of other brokerages in South Florida, what made you come here at BHGRE? What led you to want to be part of this team, part of this culture?
I met you guys at Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And it was during the job fair. And at that point in time, I literally just graduated. I went straight to Gold Coast to go, like, just get my license. And I had no idea who to go with, what was really where to go. And I remember meeting you guys at that job fair, and I was just like, these people are kind of different. Like, everybody else was like trying to like sell me on something, like, oh, our percentages are great, oh, this is amazing, this blah blah, and you guys were like different in the aspect that you guys just want to have a conversation instead of just selling on me on something. Like, there was a guy I'd spoken to before, and he was like, we give 100% commission, we have $400 a month, that's all you got to give us. And I was just kind of like, yeah, but you obviously don't even care about me because you're not even talking to me.
Okay, interesting
point. Trying
point.
to sell me on something.
Yeah,
you see
definitely.
me as like a consumer, and I'm going to be working for you.
Yeah.
So what? So, and then, you guys stuck with me. I think Rebecca and you had texted me, just following up with me, inviting me to the office. I believe we also had the summer party.
Yeah, I invited you to that. I was like, I got to get Sam out to the cookout and meet the agents, meet the team. Yeah, yeah.
It was great. And so I got to meet everybody there. And at that point, I was kind of just like, I mean, why would I go with anybody else right now? I had really only interviewed with one other brokerage.
Okay.
And I already knew that one I wasn't going to go with. But it was kind of just like a no-brainer.
Felt a good fit.
Yeah, I was just like, these are people that I like. They're really nice. They've treated me well. I'll just continue with them.
Yeah. No, we liked you from the beginning. I remember Rebecca was like, I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him. I think you met Rebecca first too.
Yeah.
She's like, I like that guy, Sam. And she was actually the one that was like, you got to meet Sam. And then you came into the office and I was like, oh yeah, I remember you. You. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely liked you. And when I sit with other agents too, it's funny you said that. You felt just more like we weren't trying to sell you. Like the biggest difference is what we try to do here is, I'm hands-on as a broker,
Yeah.
Everyone that you met at those other brokerages, they're hired by someone else to be that person.
Yeah.
So not saying they don't care or anything like that, but here, at least we try to.
Yeah.
We give on that hands-on feeling. Like you're going to work directly with the broker.
Yeah.
He actually cares about his agents. He wants to build something with his agents and help them be successful and build them successful careers.
Totally agree.
So, yeah, that's what we try to do. And, it kind of led you to us, which is good. And you've been a great fit for the culture. Yeah. You, Jesse, Nick, everyone. So it's been good.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's good.
Yeah.
Made the right decision.
You're the youngest agent in the company, which is very impressive, by the way. I got in this industry straight out of college at like 22, 23, and I was the youngest by far.
Okay.
You got me beat by about 5 or 6 years.
I know.
I wanted to ask you, what's your advice to other, let's say one of your friends is watching this or kids in their young 20s. What's your advice to any agent, especially around that age group, looking to get into real estate? What would you tell them? Give it any kind of input.
Just get into it. Just do it. Get
Just
your license. Just do it. Don't put it off. Don't. Just get into it, because the sooner that you start, the sooner that you start getting past the curve. And what I mean by the curve is that at the beginning it's the hardest. It is genuinely the hardest. So the minute that you get it done quicker, the quicker that you're actually going to go and get to the point where you have your clients, you have your stuff. You're being Barry, you're being Nick, you're being Jesse, that all have clients now. And they don't have to sit here and be like, oh God, okay, what's going on here? I need to send out this stuff. They're established. And so the quicker that you get that done, the faster you're going to be established.
Right.
So just get into it.
Just get into it. Hop in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it.
And would you say coming into the office has been beneficial for you, like being around the culture and around the team?
Yeah. Well, specifically for BHG is just because everybody's willing to help. It doesn't matter what agent it is. It doesn't matter if they know you or not. You can literally just go up to them and be like, hey, I have a question about this. And they will drop everything just to talk to you and just to tell you something. I have not had a single agent here tell me, no, I'm too busy right now, or no, I don't want to help you, or this, that, whatever. They just help you. And being in the office and seeing everybody what they do also gives you an idea of what you need to kind of be doing.